Hey everybody, welcome back to Whiskey Book. Today, what tools do I have in my Jeep? What tools might you need on the road? So, when I'm out in the Jeep, and I haven't taken mine out, I don't do a lot of hard wheeling. I'm not on, those extreme trails. I don't do the Rubicon. I don't do a lot of that stuff. I don't do Moab. I'd love to, haven't yet. What I do is, mountain back roads. You go out, they're not super hard, so I'm not super worried about breaking axles, that kind of thing. But things can always break, and we're stuck out there, and there's not a lot of people around. So it's always good to have some basic tools with you to see if you can get you out of a jam. So what do I carry in my Jeep? Not a ton, but enough that my wife says, why is all this crap in here? So I guess I might have a little more than normal in a normal daily driving vehicle. But again, it's our adventure vehicle. So first thing I want to do is just kind of go through some of the things I have. And as always, I'm looking for all of you to tell me, what am I missing? What do you have? What works? Do I have something that you've tried that absolutely doesn't work? And you're like, why the heck would you have that? Let me have it. I'm all ears. So first things first is I got this 40-piece Stanley socket set. Sits under the seat pretty nice. So I think I'm going to keep that. I'll try to get it where you can see it here. Someday I will get an extra camera so I can just show you all stuff. But for right now, I'm just going to pop this up and hopefully everything doesn't fall out. But it's just one of those plastic blow molded cases. It still has the thing from the store in there. Has a socket sets with a 3/8 drive, Stanley 3/8 drive. Not bad. I have 4mm up through 12mm on the sockets on the metric side, and I only have 5/32 to half. Wait. No, I got a different side over here. So I go all the way up to 17mm and from 5/32 to 11/16, and I'm missing a few sizes in there, but I have the 10, I have the 12, the 11. I've got the ones that I need. Doesn't quite go to the size of this, so I may keep throwing that in there, but kind of nice to have this socket set, and it's got some screwdriver drives. It's got a bit driver, like a screwdriver bit driver. Not too bad. I might end up keeping this. Always good to have sockets. I'm just going to kind of scream through here, and I'm already going to tell you right now, this little driver thing likes to fall out of its spot, and talk about driving me, that's going to drive me nuts. So anyway, those are the quick and dirty. Those are the tools that roll around that I'm looking at, trying to decide what I want to do with those, because it's the rolling around part that gets everybody upset with me. They put their feet under this or down at the bottom, and there's something rolls out under the seat. And then also, if you ever roll over in an accident, all this stuff's flying around. It's like shrapnel. You don't want it. Also, kind of floating around is I have a tire repair kit from Slime. These are invaluable to have. Be nice to have. You put one of these in your tire, plugs the holes, and if you have any fix-a-flat, you're good to go. I also have kind of got these cool night eyes. They're just like Super Duty bread sack ties. The whatever those little ties are, you tie the bread bag with or whatever. These are really neat. I can hang stuff in the Jeep they call it, it's not really a roll bar, but the bar that's in there. I got a couple Night Eyes gear pad. I'll pull one of these out of here for you. These are pretty cool. So these straps are pretty neat. They got a bunch of holes in there. You can put stuff in there, and set it up like that. It's sort of like a belt, and you can tie stuff. You can hang your fire extinguishers up there with them. You can, or whatever you're using for fire suppression. You can do a lot of things with these. They're pretty cool to have. So I just have those sort of loose around. Of course, I also have a bag of, I have a Jeep, so I have a bag of ducks. You don't know about Jeeps and ducks, it's a cult. You gotta be a part of that. I got some little bit of cold weather hat gear in there and stuff, but I'm not digging that bag. It's an okay bag. Not digging that. Doesn't really fit under the seat. Doesn't really fit anywhere. So I got this guy right here. This is a tool roll-up bag. And let me see what I got in this guy here. And what I like about this tool roll-up bag, you get the hammer. Got a hammer. You can fix a lot of things with a hammer. But this tool roll-up bag has 4 separate container areas. And the top part I have needle nose. I have, these are my pliers. This is my plier one. Just a regular small set of crescent, side cutters, and battery post cleaner, which not so much usually with, it's in a Jeep, so it's good to have those anyway. I know if you get out on a boat or an RV and you deep sell batteries, sometimes if you can just clean the battery posts off if you're not getting enough juice to start it, and it'll work. Always good to have those. I actually have a bigger crescent in here, a bigger set. These are vice grip channel lock pliers. These ones you actually have to push the button on the side to get them to change. Not bad for just a kit like this. We got, okay, one of the greatest tools ever invented there, the good old vice grip. You never use these. Going back to my ranch days, what I was talking about, we had some vehicles that used to have the roll-up windows, and the roll-up part, the handle would break off, and you'd put a pair of vice grips on there to use as a handle. And then I've got a bunch of screwdrivers in here. I've got Cobalt. I think I got these on sale. Of course, they came from Lowe's. They're Cobalt, but Phillips. I think that's a number 2. Might say on here. No, doesn't say on there. Oh, on the back. Yep, number 2. And I have a 1/4-inch flat blade screwdriver. And then I got miniature versions. Can kind of get into stuff with there. And that just goes into my second pouch on here, which is kind of neat. I mean, this sucker gets heavy, but all this fits in here and it rolls up. It's really neat because you have a regular toolbox. I don't know if you've ever kicked one of those over or stumbled over one, and then you're trying to pick up your tools out of the dirt and whatever. This compartmentalizes that pretty neat. Okay, anybody who's watched my channel before, I like pouches and bags inside of bags. Well, I have a roll-up pouch inside of a roll-up pouch in here, and this is kind of neat. These are my set of metric wrenches. Yeah, Yashong. Anybody want to take a wild guess and where these are manufactured at? Yashong wrenches. Probably not my first choice of brands, but it'll work in here. It will. When you need a wrench in a pinch, there they are. Hopefully they don't break. And then at the bottom, the very last one, again, I gotta hold this up here. My camera situation isn't perfect. I do have another 3/8 drive socket set in case the Stanley one doesn't make it or something. I actually have this cool little Cobalt 35-piece mini socket set. Now this is good for like getting in behind dashes and stuff, more like something on the inside of the vehicle. It's got not only sockets but little drives and stuff in there. The littlest little wrench. And that's good for those little drives. But it's a 1/4 inch, and you have to put the little 1/4 inch bit into that little socket driver, and then you get to put the sockets on there. So I don't know, it might be more of a novelty than use, but then I'm going to use that one day and I'll be like, I'm glad I had that. Okay, I have a small set of Let's see, I think this is 3/8 through half, I believe. Standard wrenches, probably need some more wrenches. I got another bit driver. I got an extension for this 3/8 socket. I have a nice little awl. That should probably go in my leatherworking kit, but never know when you need it. Some files. Never know when files are going to be handy. And one of the most important and sometimes most overlooked pieces of tool gear is a clamp. And I should probably have actually a couple more in here. This thing's just already getting heavy. Clamps can help you hold things where if you're out by yourself, that's like having an extra set of hands that doesn't move. Those are nice. So anyway, that's my roll-up toolkit that goes in the Jeep with all of this other stuff. I know that there are some Jeep specific, we'll get to that. I'll put that back together later. Actually would love to get to a point someday where maybe I can have a bigger kit with some power tools, but then you always got to worry about the batteries and stuff. I do have, if I ever going to go way back, I do have one of those battery power units, a Bluetti 180, 1800. I can't remember what the name is. It's 1800 watt hours. So I could plug in and charge up if I needed to at least once. So it's something I'm thinking about. But for right now, this is your basic tools: crescent wrenches, sockets, screwdrivers, pliers, hammers. And I'm missing the duct tape and the WD-40. That's what I'm missing. I've got the tire repair kit. That's vitally important. I'd like to have actually a bottle of the tire inflator. I don't have a compressor on my Jeep, not yet. So got to figure out a way, if I get a flat, fix the flat and air it up a little bit, maybe a hand pump would be good. You know, you just don't want too much stuff. I got a dog that goes with us. The kids sometimes it's can't take up the whole Jeep with gear. So let me know if you found any other ways. Of course, I'm looking at like the Goose Gear setup to take out some seats and put some gear in cupboards or the floor panels or whatever. But for right now, I just have the regular setup in my Jeep Wrangler, front seats, back seats, and then the dog gets the whole back. So just want to do this quick video and show you what I'm running in my Jeep. It doesn't have to be a Jeep. This can go in a lot of other things, but stay tuned. I might have a different way to set this up, and I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you on the next adventure.